So we're working on a Whirlpool Cabrio and any Whirlpool washer basically, but the Cabrio particularly, this washer. Some Maytag, same style, will have same setup. You can see the pulsator, wash plate, how it's moving independently on its own right now. So you hold your outer tub, and if you can move that, then we need to actually replace some parts. And we're talking about the tub hub, and that is worn out. So we're going to replace that. That nut in the center is a 11 millimeters. I didn't do much editing. I figure just it's a real world repair. So you might get an error message. You might get the F71 and the SD error message. Basically means the washer is not able to spin or actually agitate. That hub, from the center of the hub, it actually grabs and it turns the entire basket. So most of the times when you get suds, it's not actually suds, it's that tub hub. They do wear out. I'm using an impact. You can also use just a regular Phillips. Just be careful that you don't drop those screws down in those holes. You can get a blanket or something in place to cover those holes, because if you do get a screw in those holes, you might have to pull the entire basket out. That is not a fun job to do. And if you leave the screws there, or a screw, you might end up with a rupture in the basket or damaging the pump. It might make its way. Yeah, it could actually go down to the pump. You do have a screen, but you don't want to get anything down in there. So cover those holes or take them out individually. Can't go wrong that way. It's a long video, so you could probably fast forward to the spots or whatever. Now, this piece sometimes is kind of stuck, and that's the part of the hub. Because it's so worn out, it's pretty loose. Came right off. But the new one, now you can see those teeth, the splines, they're totally wore out. So now the new one's going to be a little bit hard to get on. So I didn't show it, but I didn't exactly demonstrate it, but I showed it. So you're going to use your old tub hub gear, and you're going to put it on top. I should be demonstrating shortly somewhat. And because you don't want to hit that new one. So take the old one, set it on top, and I use an adjustable wrench and get it right around the edge of the old one and just tap the adjustable and it pushes it down right in place. Or if you have a PVC pipe, maybe 2-inch or about a 2-inch or 3/4, whatever, and just slide it right over the shaft and just tap it. That will slide it down. It will be a little snug. And part of the reason, I think, is you can see the shaft. It's got some, wear, so it's not as nice and smooth anymore. But still pretty good machine that Whirlpool made. The Cabrio, I think, is one of the better washers out there. Still running good. Now you're going to get different sizes, 2 sizes, I think. So just make sure you compare the sizes, match it up, and discard the other one if you don't need it. Yeah, you can see it was tight, wasn't going all the way down. Sorry about the angle. Gets better. Yeah, it wasn't seating all the way, so. And don't force anything, guys. Don't use any longer screws trying to pull that down. Just, tap it down gentle. Yeah, I was tapping it right there. And then I came up with a better idea. So that's what I did, and I tap in just like that. Perfect. I did not show the actual hit, but looks good. Now, when you're putting your screws in, guys, just I prefer to use manual screwdriver. I did use the impact. You can just don't over torque. Go easy does it, and don't tighten all the way. You basically want to go pretty low, but don't snug. And then you want to do the other one directly across, almost like a cross, and then maybe an X until you basically get it all snug down in a good pattern. It is plastic, so you could snap it if you were to over tighten one, especially if you had something under one, maybe not fully seated or something like that. Just be careful you don't drop any of the screws. Again, if you want to, even if you put some tissue in those holes, because screws tend to want to just go flying. And once they're gone, especially down in those holes. And make sure you keep your screwdriver. If you're using the impact, make sure you keep it nice and straight. You do not want to strip those screws. They're Phillips, even though they're stainless, but you can strip the heads out, and you don't want to do that. Now, what I like to do once I use the drill, I actually like to use a manual screwdriver and just go back and go through each one and just check, make sure they're nice and snug. With a manual screwdriver, you have more control, better torque and leverage than the impact. The impact, it's just straight, so you really want to limit how much you beat on those screws, because you can strip those plastic threads out. Yeah, they're pretty strong, but you can strip them out. So snug them with the impact if you want, and then go over, and you have a better feel with your hand. Also, keep coins out of your pockets. Just make sure you empty your pockets. Coins are horrible for these machines. They get under the wash plate and basically cause the wash plate to bind, or basically friction between the coins and the bottom of the inner tub. I've actually seen where a coin literally cut a hole in the bottom of the washer. So be mindful of that. That's a 11 millimeter, so you can use your impact to snug it, but nothing wrong with a socket. It's more precise and it's better. You don't cross thread, so just be mindful. So I'm putting it in a wash right now, and I'm basically going to let the machine do its thing. It's fixed. I just wanted to just let it go through a quick fill and agitate. So now the wash plate pulsator will do its job. You'll see it pulsating. Right now we're letting in water, and it will, in real time, I'm just going to let it roll. So feel free to fast forward, skip, or whatever. All right. Thanks for watching. Happy fixing.